next part of the move is we're here. Okay? And I'm in this position. Now, what's going to happen is, this is going to be a two-part, a kind of a dual move.
Right.
All right, so here's the move, okay? I'm hugging the head, right? Everything's the same, okay? I'm going to oopa up and over my shoulder. But this time when I do, she's going to really drive back into me hard. And typically what happens is because I'm blocking their head, they can't drive with their head, so they kind of do this. So without you for a second, my head's blocked. And because I can't drive with my head, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll kind of post up on this back leg and try to drive their rear, sort of their hips into you, with the idea of sort of flattening you back out and maybe going to like Kesa. That's what a lot of people do. Okay? Trying to find, and even if they're not thinking about going to Kesa, they're just driving to try to flatten you back down. It's a really common response, especially when you start pushing on somebody's head. This is in any position in jiu-jitsu. If we're doing the old school make a frame from side headlock, what do? They drive their face into it. I don't know why. It's just a response, right, that you get from people. All right. So I'm here. Let me turn this way a little bit. All right. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to make my oopa up and over my shoulder. And a lot of times what they're going to do now is because they can't drive with their head, they sort of post up on their back leg and they drive their hips into you, trying to get under you. So this hand becomes a grip. And when she drives, what's going to happen is I'm literally going to scoop my hips underneath her as I pull her head and bump her hips with my arm. So this move takes a little bit of sensitivity to get. I'm not trying to just roll her across my chest. What I'm trying to do is load her up on top of me and then roll over. I'm not doing this. Right? I go, when I feel her drive, I'm going to go as slow as I can. I grab, now let my hips stay up until I'm ready to drop. It's like a tabletop. Boom. Look, my hips go underneath. Then I tip her over. Right? Just like this. Tabletop sweep. Right? So we're here, right? I go up and over my shoulder as she drives back in. My hips, she picks up that back leg and drives. Even if she doesn't pick up the back leg, they can just drive. That's fine too, but almost always they do. They pick up that back leg and drive. So look what's happening. My hips are up. I'm going to drop my hips, and when she's really driving hard, when I drop for just a second, watch what happens. See how she kind of extended over me a little bit? It's the same idea if somebody's pushing you really hard and you like move out of the way and they go past you a little. Sorry, that's what we're doing. So I'm here, she's driving. I drop and I walk my hips in a circle underneath her. Similar to the motion we use on like the corkscrews. You notice that left hand is making a grip kind of on her back. And that kind of helps me pull her across. Right. So one time, kind of at full speed. I grab, I go, she drives. Very simple. Right, very, very simple little sweep. Okay. Remember, you're not pulling them across me. You're, without you for a second, I'm not doing this. Even if my legs are in place. And pulling them across. It's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm here, I grab, I drive. When I feel her drive back, I drop. She immediately kind of loads up on top of me. Now watch what I'm doing. I'm walking my hips under her, and then my hip on the bottom is going to work like a scoop. So I'm pulling. When I get her on top of me, this hip is going to work like a scoop to pull her up. Now it's up. Now she's like riding on top, and I just follow her over. Turn my knees and come on. Right? Make sense? Okay. You might need to see it again. Cool. All right, guys, let's try it.